Question 4. Name 3 things that don't go on pizza.
Pineapple, olives, and ham.
Ham!
Yes.
I am judging
My
you, girl.
tonsils and pork.
I am judging you.
But my tonsils like scream. So I like ham. It doesn't like me.
Okay. Welcome to 5 Unscripted. My name is Kea Boya and I am the host of 5 Weekend Afternoons, and I am so excited because today I am sitting with Miss Lalela Mswane. She is Miss South Africa 2021. Looking stunning as ever. When I saw her, I was like, girl, where you going? Looking like that.
Can't you see you?
How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I am very well, thank you. It is such a pleasure to meet you.
Such a pleasure to meet you. Thank you.
So, without any further ado, I'm just going to get into your reign as Miss SA. I think if there's anyone that has a tumultuous start to their reign, it has to be you. But honestly, I feel like throughout everything, you have displayed so much courage. And I wanted to know if that's something that you've always had, or in that moment, did you feel like, or even throughout your journey before Miss SA and like coming here, did you feel like you were following your heart?
So I've always said, like, I'm a person that's been steadfast in her convictions, and that's something that's innate. I'm very tenacious. Tell me I can't do something or I'm not able to do something, and then you really must want to see me succeed. I've just always had that within me. Don't tell me I can't do something. Let me decide for myself.
I love that. I think it's such a beautiful characteristic to have as a leader. And I think it's also so important to lead yourself as an individual before you can actually represent, because I think you represent women in South Africa and so many young people in South Africa. And you've had an interesting journey also before being Miss SA. And you are a LLB graduate?
I am.
And a BCom honors graduate?
No. LLB.
Okay. I love that for
Just
you.
LLB.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. So throughout all my life, everybody said this one's going to be a legal practitioner of sorts. And I was convinced I am that girl. Right? But I think life and like movies and series really romanticize the legal professions. And then when I got to varsity first year, I was like, what is this? Like, what do you mean?
Who lied to me?
Yeah, who lied to me? What is this? And also like you'd see on series that be wearing like beautiful stilettos. Girl, you wear court shoes that are like, and
that is not your style.
It's not my style. But apart from like the fashion of it all, I just thought, let me really commit to this, because I'm the one that decided to go to Tux to study this. Nobody coerced me.
Girl, you went to Tux, I went to Tux too.
What did you study?
Psychology.
Okay. Nice.
So you were saying, sorry.
I then just decided to see it through, because you know what, time is everything. You can waste money, don't waste money. You can waste money, and you can gain it back. Time for me is something that I really value. Actually don't even like being late. I'm never late. Like if you know me,
teach me, girl, teach me. And I don't know, like you said, you got to first year and you were like, oh my God, what am I doing? After completing your LLB, do you still feel like you want to go back to practice?
I want to see it through in terms of being an admitted attorney, because that is, I mean, having an LLB is nice. You can still find jobs within that, but I think the goal was to be an advocate or attorney, and I'm one person that sees anything through and everything that I commence through. So it's important that one day I just see it through. Whether I choose to practice or not is a different...
I actually feel the same way. So like I told you, I'm a psychology graduate, and I'm like, I want to see it through and get my master's and be qualified. Whether I want to practice or not, it is a different story. But also, I think it is such a challenging journey. You know, like getting articles and things like that. And those are struggles that you personally had to deal with when you were looking for articles and you were looking to see through this, you know, this degree that you have done. Tell me a little bit about that.
I think everybody goes to an institution of higher education with the hopes of obtaining a qualification and then being employed. Like suddenly, post-graduation, you think there'll just be these jobs, I don't know where, just lined up for you to then flourish and pick, you know, and that's not the reality. And so many people are unemployed, despite being highly qualified, and I really thought finding a job would be the least of my issues,
I know.
Despite really not liking the course I chose, I really apply myself in everything that I do. So I really did get, the marks were okay, they were straight, they were, so I thought, I'll never struggle. And then I graduated, and then I thought, I don't want to go into articles as yet immediately. So I decided to study conveyancing, which I thoroughly enjoyed. That's one aspect of law I love. I really love it. It's very monotonous, but it's nice. And then after that, I just sat and nothing. Literally.
And the stress.
Nothing. Yes.
And the depression of, because I think it's such a huge leap, because I also went through a similar thing after varsity. It's such a huge leap when varsity is hectic. And having to move from being so involved in your education, and then suddenly it's crickets. Like you wake up and you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself today.
And how stressful varsity is. There's always something to do. So you're always like, and with me, I found that was the case since like I was in primary, because I did ballet. So after school, I had ballet rehearsal, and then this and this. So everything was really just like, I was running on this, very tight routine. And then for the first time in my life, nothing.
But how did you deal with that stress? Because I can imagine it's so stressful. Because I also just feel like as an individual, especially as a young person, you kind of feel like you don't have purpose. Moving from a high-paced environment like that to a space in your life where you constantly have to apply for jobs and there is nothing that's coming through, and you're like, but I know that I am good and I know that I am deserving. How are you dealing with that stress of not getting to where you anticipated you would after you graduated?
Being a perfectionist, I really took it really hard. Also, I really like to excel at anything that I do. So I really felt like a failure. For the first time in my life, I was like, oh my goodness, like I'm a loser. I failed in life. That time I was like 23. Imagine, and you're like, time is ticking. By 25, I had so many like goals I had wanted to have reached, and it just seemed like, what the hell, it's not happening. It's so funny because I think Miss South Africa and entering Miss South Africa saved my life. I mean, my mental health was declining. I felt like absolutely the despair of it all. Just I had failed. And also seeing some of your mates having these beautiful jobs that just came, and you're very happy for them, but also you're just that person where everyone is going out to work in the morning and you're just like at home. And not because you don't want to go work, but because the jobs aren't there. So I think entering Miss South Africa gave me a new purpose. I then had something to really focus on, something I truly wanted to achieve.
And with your reign with Miss South Africa, I know that there's a campaign that you're working on. Based on that experience also, and just seeing how dire the unemployment situation in South Africa is, you are currently working on a campaign called #BeReady. Tell me a little bit about that.
So you're correct in saying it was inspired by my story. But I think prior to that, I had wanted to become Miss South Africa. And with that, you need to have a cause that's really close to your heart. And I had really sat for long and thought about what mine would be, And when the time came to enter, unemployment was something that was a big thing in my life. So it only made sense to go with that. It's a very challenging one, I won't lie. It's a big elephant.
Absolutely. Girl, the government is trying, but like, I'm actually interested in the route that you're going to be taking in addressing this issue. So just run me through the #BeReady campaign and what exactly it is about.
So it's basically a step-by-step entrepreneurial program. We looked at it from a perspective of empowerment, where we changed the narrative as opposed to the youth seeking jobs, being employers as opposed to employees, not wanting a seat at the table, but creating your own table so that you can afford other people's seats. Just that different perspective, I think, was something that was needed to give them a fresh sense of hope, I suppose, if you put it that way. So it's a step-by-step entrepreneurial program, giving people the know-how of how to commence a business, establish an enterprise. Because I've been there before. I actually tried to do that when I was still unemployed. And I didn't know where to start. Everything was just, it's so funny when I look back, I started with things that you end with. Like the exciting bits of it all and like the nitty-gritties and the detail, and I had no plan. I just knew what I wanted everything to look like in the end.
Ultimately.
Yeah. And I focused on that. But it doesn't make sense. So this is really close to my heart, and I truly back it and believe in it.
Yeah. But like you say, it's a step-by-step process. So I want to know how you plan to achieve the objective that you have set for yourself with the hashtag BeReady. Like, how is the rollout going to be, and all the nitty-gritties in that regard?
So luckily, the Miss South Africa platform has really given me access to so many amazing people within this space. So for me, I feel very privileged to have access to such people. Every month, I'll be having an expert or a guest. Not always an expert, actually, just also ordinary people, budding entrepreneurs. That's important. You know, not to see the success stories, because you're not only going to encounter just success, you know, and there's a whole route you have to embark on before reaching that ultimate goal. So having different people with different experiences within the entrepreneurial space to come and impart their lessons. And so I hope it's going to be very real, you know, not very wishy-washy, you know.
Motivational, you can do this. Because I mean, it's all great, but sometimes it's like like you said, you have tried being an entrepreneur yourself. You know, there are challenges with that. Funding, marketing. I've also tried to start a business at some point, and it's like, oh my goodness, I don't even have access to the right people to even guide me on that. So I really appreciate the fact that for people that have access to data and all of that, you kind of give them information from ordinary South Africans and even experts that have made something out of their lives. And I'm also interested in knowing, for people that do not necessarily have data to access the information that you will be providing through the Miss SA platform, how will they be then getting information, because we live in South Africa, and there are some remote areas, and also data is so expensive.
It is.
So in that regard, how do you plan to kind of address that issue as well, so that you could try and afford the people that are really disadvantaged the opportunity to also make something of their lives?
I really appreciate that question, and also don't take for granted that in South Africa, you know, data is not easily accessible for everybody. And with that in mind, we, the Miss South Africa organization, is partners with Brand South Africa. And so they will assist us in facilitating just work to mobilize certain people in certain locations that don't have access to data, so we can do groundwork in that regard. They're not forgotten about. And I know that I can only just try to reach as many people as I can, and I know it's impossible to reach everyone, but the intention is there and the efforts will definitely be made.
Yeah. That sounds really exciting. So I want to know, because a little birdie might have told me that also you will be taking your followers on a journey.
I will.
Will you?
Where to?
They need to stay tuned, because it's going to be absolutely exciting. I think that it is a journey that you need to follow Miss SA on her socials. Lalela Mswane, she's going to be doing, I don't know if you'll be having ads for all these sessions you'll be having on the Miss SA page.
Yes.
So you will be promoting them on your social media.
Yes.
Okay, so touch base with her, Lalela Mswane, on Instagram, right?
Yes, Lalela_Mswane. Everywhere, actually.
Okay.
Yes.
There we go. So we're about, I'm gonna put you on the spot. I'm gonna put you on the spot, and we are going to get to know Lalela.
Okay.
Not Lalela Miss SA.
Got you.
Are you good with that?
I'm good with that.
Okay, so we're gonna play a little game called 5-second rule.
Okay.
You have to answer, it's 5 questions, maybe 6 as a bonus. I don't know.
What's in it for me? I like winning things.
A lifetime supply of high fives from me.
Got you, girl. I'll accept that. I'll accept that.
Okay, cool. So I'm really interested in knowing you as a person. The game is called the 5-second rule, and the rules are, you have to answer the questions within 5 seconds.
Each question?
Yes.
Oh, I'm thinking you meant all 6.
Oh,
and I was like,
hectic.
girl, what do you think this is?
Girl, no. Oh. First question. Name 3 words that start with A. Your time starts now.
Avocado, anaconda, and an abacus.
Okay, there's your timer. Okay, cool. Second question. Name 3 things I can find in your bedroom.
A bed, a lamp, and water. A bedroom. I sleep there.
No, you're killing this, hey?
Yes.
You are killing this. I'm just like, okay, obviously a bed.
A bed.
Time starts now. Question. Name 3 books that you have read.
Instinct, Outliers, and the 5 a.m. Club.
No, man. No, man. How can you be so good at this game?
I read. I read.
Okay, Lale, oh my God, you're so good. You're
Thanks.
literally the first person that I'm interviewing because I used to play this game on air. And people will be like, oh, and I'll be like, time. But you are like.
But you know what? Pageantry, right? You
Yeah.
know, like the question.
Yes, you have like, what, a minute, 30 seconds
They
to
ask
answer?
you the question and then you have to answer.
Yeah, and you have time.
You've got time.
Okay, I love that you can think on your feet.
Thank you.
I love that. Okay, question 4. Name 3 things that don't go on pizza.
Pineapple, olives, and ham.
Ham!
Yes.
I am judging
My
you, girl.
tonsils and pork.
I am judging you.
But my tonsils like scream. So I like ham. It doesn't like me.
Okay. So you personally don't take your pizza with ham
No.
because
Tonsils. And then
Okay,
pineapples are
fine.
just foul. And olives.
on pizza or
On
generally?
pizza.
Okay, because I was like, girl,
No, on pizza.
should I?
Olives and foul.
I think we're gonna have a smackdown outside this door.
That's fine. For every, for anything. And anyone.
Anybody that comes at you. Okay, cool. Okay, question number 5.
Okay.
Name 3 things that you do on the weekend.
Oh, I sleep.
No, that doesn't.
sleep. Yes. I sleep. Okay.
Cut the camera's dead ass. That does not count.
Okay, but I sleep, work, and survive. I breathe. Do you not breathe? But I sleep a lot. You have to.
So you don't hang out with your friends. You don't go to visit family. You don't go
Oh,
out to
okay.
watch the movies.
But I had 5 seconds. I actually really do all those things.
Yeah.
I visit my family on the weekends. I go out to the movies. I sleep, which is not a lie.
No, but
And I work on some weekends.
I don't blame you. I'm a nap star.
Yes.
And I own it.
It is
And
what it is.
you work hard, so whenever you get the chance to sleep.
I will nap and
okay.
sleep.
I
and-
will. You are so convicted. I can see
Yes.
the conviction in your eyes.
Thanks.
Okay. Final question.
Ooh, the final question.
Too soon?
The final. Yeah, no, it's fine. Let's.
Okay.
The final question.
Okay. Name 3 places you want to go on vacation.
Bora Bora, Thailand, and Paris.
Love that, girl.
Can I tell you about the Thailand part? I lied. Like, I didn't know what to say.
She said I lied.
I lied.
So, okay, so. let me
But
get
I
this
won.
right.
I got that right because I answered, Jay, for the sake of answering. It's fine. Bora Bora is
Not-
accurate. Paris,
Uh-huh.
yes.
But think about it
And-
carefully.
Like the Maldives.
Are you also lying?
No, that is
Okay.
accurate. I just thought of Thailand because I don't know why.
It just came
It
to your
just
mind.
came.
Okay, that's
I
fine.
just saw the flag in my head.
Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah, got you.
Well, I'm about to let you go, but I won't do that just as yet. You still have some time of your reign.
Yes.
And I want to know, we've already spoken about your BeReady campaign. What else is lined up for Miss Lalela?
I get the pleasure and the honor of representing my beloved South Africa on an international platform
Okay.
once more in July, which is Miss Supranational. I'm
Okay,
so
wait, what is
excited.
that?
It's a pageant. It's an
Okay.
international pageant. And
Okay.
this year they have the 13th edition of the pageant. So I get to, it's actually one of the top 3 pageants in the world because there's Miss Universe, Miss World, and Miss Supra.
Okay.
Yes, so I get to do that.
So you're doing this in July.
I'm so excited.
Are you excited? Yes. Are you prepping?
I am prepping.
What do you need to do to prep?
What don't you need to do to prep? I mean, you need to, the gowns that are involved, so your gown needs to be perfect.
Of course.
It needs to be relevant,
Of
speak
course.
to you as a person,
Of course.
be flattering.
I've actually wondered. I've always wondered when it comes to now I'm just being very nosy. When it comes to your personal designs, right? Like you're saying, it needs to speak to the person that you are and your
Yeah.
personality. Do you actually have a say in the process of your gown being designed, or is it just like I don't know, somebody guesses that, okay, this is Lalela, this is what she stands for, bam, here's a dress that will look good.
I'm involved in every single thing.
Okay.
I think with Miss South Africa, what people don't understand or get or think, I think they think we're a bit oppressed in some form
way.
We're so involved in everything, in a lot of stuff, you know. I have to wear the gown. I need to feel beautiful.
You need to, and comfortable in it.
So you can't.
It's really interesting. Yes. So you get to see the behind the scenes of the making, and you get to.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited for you. So do we get to see the pageants?
Yes. I think Miss Supra is on YouTube.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Yeah, you can stream it on YouTube.
Looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. And man, you are such an amazing human. Thank you so much for coming to sit with me. Before I let you go, one more question.
Yes.
With the amount of time that you still have with your reign,
yes.
What do you want the Lalela Mswane legacy to be?
I've often said that so giving is very important to me. I grew up in a family where giving was just everything, you know. I want to leave a legacy of giving. I want everybody to know that this person was, or to feel rather, that I was generous in every aspect of my life. Generous with my time, my words, kindness, love. I want to be that person that just gave of herself wholeheartedly.
That's so beautiful, girl. Thank you so much. We're going to sanitize, I promise. Thank you so much for coming to sit down with me on 5 Unscripted. Well, there you have it, Miss Lalela Mswane. Do follow her on her social media pages to see her BeReady campaign that she's going to be running very soon, and also just to follow her journey with Miss Supranational that is happening in July. From me to you, it is nothing but absolute love. Thank you so much for stopping by here on 5 Unscripted. You and I will meet on 5 Weekend Afternoons every Saturday and Sunday, 2 to 5. Mwah.